everyone, so this is my review of Riverdale Season 2, Episode 7, called Tales from the Dark Side, and essentially what this episode is about is that the whole town of Riverdale is put on edge when a note is received from the Masked Man, and he states that he will kill again unless everyone in the town is able to remain sinless for 48 hours. And this was a really, really well done and probably my favorite episode so far of this season. With just how it was shot and how they took the story and did everything, I just really, really loved. Especially for the main fact that this whole episode took place over like the 48 hours, but it like cut at different periods in time to show like the variety of different characters and what they each were individually doing over the 48 hours. And that was just really interesting to see that they decided to go with that style of the show, where it'd be like 40 hours with Archie and Jughead, and then it would go back to the start of the 48 hours with Betty and Veronica, and then do that with several different characters, and I really, really love that. And the moments with Archie and Jughead were great, with them going and having to do this drug sale, essentially, and just the really, really creepy guy that they encountered was amazingly well done, with how well that they put like the suspense and made you feel like you were on edge with like the whole conversation between this mysterious man and Jughead and stuff like that. And I do especially love their scenes because it introduced the idea of the character of the Riverdale Reaper, who was a character very similar to the Masked Man, but like done several years ago. And I'm very interested to see what sort of information Jughead and Archie dig up about the past of this Riverdale Reaper and stuff like that, and I'm very excited to see. Then the moments with Josie and Cheryl were interesting, with Josie discovering that her mother has been getting death threats and stuff like that, and that she also has been getting notes from this mysterious sort of stranger. And as Josie gets these notes, they become more and more threatening. And that was just interesting to see all these different moments with Josie and her dealing with trying to move forward in her career and realizing that to do so she might have to leave the Pussycats behind. And that was just interesting to see all those different moments. And then the big sort of ending moment with Cheryl made it even more interesting of what Cheryl was actually up to with her sort of forming a friendship with Josie. Then the moments with Veronica and Betty were okay. It felt like they were leading up to this big plot point that just didn't fully hit the mark, in my opinion. With Betty believing that the Masked Man might be the sheriff, and so her and Veronica go and investigate to figure out what the sheriff's up to and stuff like that. And those moments did have some really great sort of scenes in there that were fun to see, with Betty just slowly getting consumed by the idea that the sheriff is actually this bad man. And then the secret that Betty and Veronica actually uncovered was interesting, with how they decided to take that and that sort of becoming their sin, that they kept this secret about what the sheriff is actually doing. And I'm very interested to see how that might affect everything going forward, with them knowing the secret about the sheriff and about several other characters. Then I really love the whole ending scene, with it bringing everyone back to the diner, with like those final sort of moments that you saw. You got that big sort of ending thing with all them walking in and being there at the same moment, and it being revealed that the Masked Man was actually watching all of them and realized that all of them didn't follow the rules. So I'm very interested to see how all that's going to interconnect, and how like all the secrets that everyone's keeping separate is actually going to eventually come together and all that stuff. I'm just interested to see where everything is going to go forward and how all that's going to happen. So yeah, just overall this was a really amazing and a really well done episode that was so much fun to watch. So yeah, that's my review of Riverdale Season 2, Episode 7, called Tales from the Dark Side. So yeah. Bye!